Welcome, football lovers. Welcome, sport lovers. Welcome to Sport Fans Podcast, live podcast here down in the universe Earth. Well, my name is Akbos Baba, and I tell you, welcome to today's edition where we have a lot more of topics waiting down for you to hit you back to back in football, boxing, and in MMA. But let's start from the greatest of all sports, football. Is Jose Mourinho the greatest coach ever to coach football? Well, welcome to today's edition. We kick off from going down there. We start off with Roma hitting up Bayer Leverkusen yesterday. What a rush. What a game. Jose Mourinho, no shot on target, deadly advance. Pack the balls, condemn iron, condemn rod, anything you want to pack, condemn trailer, but get the game done. Welcome, Jiggy.
Yo, I'm good.
All right, let's talk about Jose Mourinho. Quick one. Is Jose Mourinho the greatest coach ever to coach football?
For me, I'll say getting the goals done, getting his own aim and everything. The basic aim in the game is getting it right. But when you talk about greatest coach ever, it has to do with a lot of things. You know, you can't just look at someone who carries a lot of trophies, awards, and refer to him as the greatest. Yes, I know those things are some of the basics, but let's talk about the players, how he influences the players that play for him.
Jiggy, before you start arguing about Jose Mourinho or saying he's not the greatest coach, Mourinho took a Porto team that has a budget of £2 million.
Same thing we're saying.
Look at this Roma team.
Same thing we're saying.
Roma team is made up of average players, the likes of Ife Ambrose. There is no star player in that team, and no player in Roma that cost more than £30 million. That is an average club.
We've still seen these such players like this same players you are calling average.
Roma
this same players you are calling
equivalent of West Ham, a Brentford City.
Okay,
that is the team you are talking about. Mourinho took those average players down to Europa League final.
Okay,
edging out Bayer Leverkusen after they won the first leg 1-0 at home.
No, you just like you said, Roma is like West Ham, right?
Yes.
How is Bayer Leverkusen?
So who is your coach?
How is before we come to that?
Bayer Leverkusen is an Everton grade, a Tottenham Hotspur grade when it comes to German league.
In recent years now,
they've been there.
Let's compare between West Ham United and Everton. The comparison you are using for these two teams, how are they?
Do you know that the biggest player in Everton, the highest paid player in Bayer Leverkusen, is like the lowest earner in Everton?
I disagree with you.
That is exactly what I'm trying to let you know.
Let me make you understand something. I'm not totally disagreeing with you.
I'm still coming why I told you Jose Mourinho is regarded, and I conclude, the greatest coach ever. You have your point to prove. Okay. First, like I said, he took a Roma team that earns £2 million in total as a budget, a Porto team, to the Champions League final.
And they carried it.
And they won the Champions League. £2 million. That is a salary of Kevin De Bruyne in a month. Now, Jose Mourinho left there, came down to Chelsea, break the jinx, got Chelsea their first Premier League in 50 years.
Okay.
With the highest and the most expensive player in that team being a £35 million player.
Excuse me, please.
Jose Mourinho also
as of the time he was in Chelsea, we had great players as of that time.
Like who?
They bought a player like Deco. Deco was in that team as of that period. We had a certain player like Andriy Shevchenko, who was a record signing.
Now, let's leave Chelsea alone. He left Chelsea. He went to an Inter Milan where they call retirement home.
Okay.
Inter Milan where they settle people with white beer.
Who were the players he met there?
Do you know Inter
Who were the players he met there?
Inter Milan
Can you compare those set of players with the set of players we have in AS Roma now?
Inter Milan is
you can't compare them.
Do you know at the time Inter Milan and AC Milan were a retirement program?
I know. We
when
accepted.
You're done playing football in the world of football.
Yes.
You come to AC
especially
Milan
AC Milan, not Inter Milan.
No,
let's talk about Inter Milan as of that time.
Let me tell you about that Inter Milan then.
Let's talk about Inter Milan.
The likes of Maicon with his Bay embarrassed him.
And we had a certain Gabriel Milito as of that time. Who was at his prime?
It was Jose Mourinho who came in.
What I'm saying specifically,
it was Mourinho that
understand me. What I'm saying specifically is that I'm talking about the players.
I'm
You're talking about
telling you
the
about my
achievement.
coach.
Now, I'm telling you about the set of players he's using.
you why
You can't
he's
carry
the
these
greatest.
Roma players now, these AS
Yes.
Roma players now, and compare with the other players in different teams that he has
These
used
Roma
to achieve.
players cannot. There is no player in AS Roma currently that can break into Chelsea, Man City, Barcelona. Real
I stand to
Madrid.
disagree with you.
Mention that player.
Tammy Abraham can break into Chelsea.
In fact, Tammy Abraham, if they find him very close to the stadium of Chelsea, will be arrested.
And you remember so
It is just
you remember so
Tammy
well.
Abraham.
You remember so well that after Chelsea sold Tammy Abraham, there were rumors coming up that he might probably come back. Not because of anything, but because they need his kind of
Tammy
player.
Abraham currently now is granting an interview and he mistakenly says, I was a former Chelsea player. He will be arrested.
I disagree with you.
He will be
Tell me
detained.
which Chelsea player as of now.
There is no Roma player.
Tell me which Chelsea striker as of now
Yes.
you can carry to compare ahead of the man Tammy Abraham.
Tammy Abraham is an average striker, for Christ's sake. That guy is in
So
the
what-
same league.
that's what
That
I'm
guy
saying.
Is in the same
And
league with
what-
Gallo.
what-
He's
no,
in
no,
the
no, no,
same
I
league
disagree with you.
He's
I disagree
not
with
even
you.
up to the standard of Tammy
Tammy
Gallo.
Abraham right now will break
Yes.
into a Chelsea first team.
Tammy Abraham cannot even break into Chelsea reserve team. This current Chelsea.
Who is
going
there?
to bench?
Excuse me, who
Who's
is
he
there?
going to bench?
We are talking about this position.
Aubameyang.
Is Aubameyang better than him now?
No, you can't bring in Aubameyang comparing to.
Okay, let's talk about Kai Havertz. Let's talk about Kai Havertz. Kai Havertz right now is a striker Chelsea is using now to show the world that is their striker.
Let's see. Let me tell you.
A first nine.
The truth is, Mourinho has performed miracle where other coaches have struggled. Now, when you look at Jose Mourinho,
Yeah.
look at that Inter Milan team that won the treble. Mourinho came into that team. That team were struggling like the way Nigerian government is struggling to borrow money.
But they had good stars in
there
it.
was no
The
star.
only thing he did.
The star in
This
that
one-
team. Let me tell you.
This is a good example of
let me
player
give you- let
management.
me give you-
He managed the team
Oh,
well.
now you're agreeing he's
Understand
one of
with
the
me.
he's the best.
He's
Listen,
the-
let me tell you.
Understand
Let
with
me tell
me.
you
Understand
something.
with me.
I'm coming.
He doesn't bring out the
Listen,
best in players.
Look at that team. There was
His
nobody.
pattern-
There was a Maicon that was embarrassed by Gareth Bale.
And I still told you that there was a certain Snyder. Snyder was at his peak.
No, he wasn't at any peak.
He was at his peak. Even at that time, he was even nominated for the world best as of that period because of his performance.
Let me tell you something.
And we're talking about someone like Gabriel Milito, who was at his peak.
Let me tell
We
you
had a
something.
certain
Before
Samuel
that
Eto'o,
2010.
and you say the team
Before
is average.
2010,
Okay.
Schneider was struggling and he was being loaned out to Inter Milan.
Before 2010.
Yes, he was loaned. In fact,
Now, the season
at
they
the
make-
point,
I'm not talking about
at
his
the point,
career. I'm telling you about
the
the performance as of that very season.
I'm telling you the impact of Jose Mourinho. It's not the club, it's the coach.
So what happened with Tottenham Hotspur?
What happened with Tottenham Hotspur is when you have a problem
With what? Or with
and
who?
you let me give you a good example of what happened to Jose Mourinho in Tottenham Hotspur.
Go ahead.
It's like Nigerian government.
Okay.
Buhari came in and said he wants to fight corruption.
Okay.
And at the end of the day, he surrounded himself with corrupt politicians. And Nigerians were shouting, you want to fight corruption with corruption? That is exactly what happened in Tottenham Hotspur.
How is it related?
Daniel Levy brought in Jose Mourinho to savage Tottenham Hotspur. Now, he came into the team.
To salvage the team.
Where
The
I'm
team
coming,
is
I'm
guiding.
coming.
Okay.
And at the end of the day, they didn't allow him to run the club. What did Mourinho say? Mourinho said there is some certain element of players in this team that are putting personal interest
You know what
ahead
I
of the
think?
team.
You know what I think?
Now, Mourinho took that team.
He's always having excuses for his failure.
He doesn't have a failure.
When he left Manchester United, of course, he did a lot there.
Mourinho
He did
has never
something.
failed as a coach.
Excuse me now. He failed in Tottenham Hotspur. He won nothing there with the same set of average players.
I'm going to ask you a simple
Now,
question.
when he
I'm
left
gonna ask you a
Manchester,
simple question.
let me finish. Let me
Bro,
finish.
which coach has succeeded with Tottenham Hotspur? Which coach since Mourinho left?
Don't say since Mourinho
Since
left.
Mourinho
Don't
left,
say since
that
Mourinho
team.
left.
Which coach has
Ask me on a
succeeded?
general terms. Which team, which coach has done well with Tottenham Hotspur? Let me answer you.
Since Mourinho left the team.
That is my question.
Which coach
I won't
has
take
succeeded?
no.
Now
I
let
won't
me
take that.
let me tell you why Mourinho is the greatest.
Mauricio Pochettino did well with this same Tottenham
And went
Hotspur.
to
He
PSG
went there and couldn't do
flopped.
anything.
He went to PSG and became a disgrace. In fact, currently, Mauricio Pochettino has been suspended from family meetings.
And he's
because
coaching
of
Chelsea
his
next season.
performance
And
in
he's going to
PSG.
coach Chelsea next season. And he's going to coach Chelsea next
Lampard
season.
currently.
Same person
Let
you
me
are
tell you
criticizing.
something. Lampard currently is discovering oil with Chelsea. By the time Pochettino comes, he will discover Kudus.
I won't say that for the future.
You see where Chelsea will finish?
No. I won't. Chelsea will do better next
There's
season.
no
with Mauricio
21st
Pochettino.
team in Premier League.
No.
Chelsea will finish 21st.
Talking about Mauricio Pochettino's reign in PSG, one thing I will tell you for sure is,
Yes.
there are certain things some coaches I feel they fail to understand before going into a job.
Okay.
And it's one of those things that affected Mauricio Pochettino. He didn't take charge of the team. You get? If you look at him, you know that he wasn't the one working. The team was working on their own.
Are you saying Pochettino is the right coach for Chelsea?
Very right for Chelsea as it stands right now. Who else do you want to bring that can nest those players to reach to the top?
Pochettino had the same areas of stars at PSG. Struggled to control the dressing room.
They were bigger than him.
No,
they were bigger than his capabilities.
I'm coming.
No, they were bigger than his capabilities.
He
A
struggled
player
at
that
Chelsea.
earns 2 times, 3 times higher than him. Players that... What did they talk now?
It's not about the money.
It's about the money.
It's not about the money.
It's about the money.
Listen, if you are
A player that will come to the dress today.
Let me tell you the difference.
A player that will come late for a training he can't talk to.
Let me tell you the big difference.
Because they are what?
The difference
Can you
is
talk?
not-
Can you talk
the
to Messi?
difference-
Can you
the
talk to
difference
Neymar?
here-
Can you talk to Mbappe?
The difference
It
is
don't be
not
like say me and you. The
about-
whole text down here now.
The difference is not about the earning of the players. It is the mentality of the coach.
What is-
Pochettino has never won a trophy in his life. He has never held a medal.
Same thing
Pochettino is a definition of a failed big boy.
He's like, no.
Pochettino is the definition of the more you look, the less you see.
Let me tell you something.
See,
Mauricio Pochettino is an average player that can deal with average stars. Current Chelsea squad is comprises of average, talented stars.
Nobody is average. Who are you calling average? And Enzo that have won a World Cup?
Okay.
Is Enzo an average player? Is Thiago Silva an average player?
Thiago Silva is no more in the team. He's going to leave at the end of the season.
We don't know yet. He has a
Majority. When I say average player, I mean majority of the players.
Is Koulibaly an average player?
Who is he?
Is Raheem Sterling an average player?
Who is Raheem Sterling?
Hello.
Who is Raheem Sterling?
Hello.
Is he a world-class player? Would
He's
you call him
world-class player.
Why would you call him a world-class player?
Someone that has played for Liverpool, Man City, now Chelsea.
Okay.
And you are saying he's not a world-class.
What did he attain in Liverpool?
Please, how do you describe world-class?
Excuse me, what did he attain in Liverpool?
Someone that left for a British transfer record?
Let's understand something.
What
was his impact? No. What I'm trying to make you understand is Mauricio Pochettino is the best man for the job in Chelsea as it
Listen,
stands
like
right
I
now.
said, Pochettino is going to struggle at Chelsea.
And I doubt
He
that.
struggled with PSG.
Watch out for Chelsea next
Now,
season. They'll
listen
pick
why
up.
he's going to struggle.
Okay.
Pochettino is a pro-mass of David Moyes. Pochettino.
I don't understand.
Exactly where I'm going.
The same David Moyes who is going to play in the Europa League finals. Sorry, the Europa Conference League finals.
We are coming to
Okay.
Moyes. Pochettino is a pro-max edition
Of who?
Potter.
I feel you would have said Frank Lampard.
No.
Why Potter instead of Frank Lampard?
No, Potter had a better record at Brighton because they have a system that is working.
And
let me tell you why
Mauricio Pochettino had a better record in Tottenham Hotspur.
Yes, average players. Now,
Okay.
let me tell you why Pochettino succeeded at Tottenham Hotspur.
Okay.
That team were at their peak.
How?
They were at their peak.
Who brought
at
them
that
to their
moment.
peak?
Consistently 3-4 seasons. There is something I told someone.
Who walked with them
You know,
after that period?
I said something. I said, Man City is going to play in this Champions League final. And someone said, why? And I said, they've been consistently knocking on the door. They've been consistently knocking on the door.
When you say consistently knocking on the door,
Which simply means
which of the leagues? Is it the Premier League or the Champions League?
In the Champions League.
They did it how many times? They reached this point how many times?
They've been to the semi-finals.
How many times?
3 times.
3 times or 2 times?
3 times. They lost in the semi-final.
Okay, semi-finals, yes.
To
yes,
Real
accepted.
Madrid. They got to the other one. Now, there's what we call consistency of performance.
Okay.
No argument. Pochettino on his own met a Tottenham Hotspur team that was getting ready to ripe. Nurtured them. They got to the Champions League and they played the semi-final.
That's the same thing he's going to do in Chelsea now.
Calm down. The truth is this team in Chelsea is not ripe.
For him to work with.
Not for him to work with. To knock on that consistency.
They can.
Because one, they've not even blended as a team.
That is why he's going there.
2, they have not knocked on any major trophies door.
Pablo.
Listen, what will happen to
this set of players we're talking about, how long have they played? We're talking about just this season. Half a season. You assembled such players and you're expecting them to start knocking on the door. Which door? Door to heaven, or door to hell.
How many seasons do you want to give Pochettino before you now said, okay, this team can start yielding results?
2 seasons.
2 seasons.
2 seasons.
We are going to be here next 2 years. and we'll discuss how Pochettino was being sacked at Chelsea.
I disagree with you. You know, this is the same thing that happened to Arsenal. After
no, don't go there, please. Don't
wait,
start with Arsenal.
wait. But wait. It's a similar situation. This is the same thing that happened to Arsenal. After Arsene Wenger reigned for over 21 years, after he left, the team was looking as if they can't get someone that will be as good as him. They now brought him who? Unai Emery. Not that Unai Emery is not good, but he failed to adapt. You understand? Now, when he failed, they brought in Mikel Arteta. When Mikel Arteta started, it was like a sinking ship. But before we knew it, he has picked up. So what are we not saying? So it's a matter of time. How many seasons did it take him to pick up in the team? Just 2 seasons, 3 seasons he picked up. In short, 2 seasons to be precise.
All right, let me tell you something why I said don't talk about Arsenal. Arsenal currently are being packaged with average players, average coach, in terms of winning mentality. See, there is something winning a medal does for a coach.
Okay.
It brings in outside, making you mature to absorb pressure, to let you know what to do at the right time.
I feel what the ones
also makes you more relaxed.
I feel we're the ones pressurizing Arsenal right like this. At the moment. No. The fans are pressurizing the coach. Because as far as I'm concerned, Arsenal's goal this season was making the top 4. Because that was one thing they have been struggling to get.
Okay.
He only raised the bars up. What he did, he raised the bars up, and every expectation now started coming. Oh, with the CFC go do. No, things are not done that way. You don't put by next season. Trust me.
Okay. Arsenal is exactly where I want you to hit.
That is how it should be.
Where will you see Arsenal next season?
Arsenal will pick the Premier League next season. Yes.
Arsenal will win the Premier League.
They'll win the Premier League next season. Ask me why. Ask me why.
Why?
Last season, Arsenal struggled for top 4, right?
Okay.
Under Mikel Arteta. And now this season, top 4 is like what? The piece of cake.
Yeah.
Top 4 is like the piece of cake. Now, picking the Premier League was a difficult thing for them. They struggled and they couldn't get it. Or let me just say, okay, let me just conclude on that. They didn't get it. So, them struggling and not getting it. By next season, the coach is a very intelligent coach from the way he has reigned in Arsenal, and definitely he will understand how to work with the team when it comes to this stage next season again.
I like your confidence.
Yes, when Pep came to,
but we'll still be here next season and we'll discussing how.
Surely we'll be here.
I'm coming. Let me ask you.
Now he did come. Oh, sorry, let me just hit some
ahead of a Man United team that has bidders struggling to buy. Bidders we have an Arabic money pumping into Manchester United.
Okay.
Arsenal are going to win the league ahead of a Newcastle team who has $1 billion bags of money.
Let me explain something to you.
Spend on the transfer. I'm coming. I want you to digest this.
Okay.
Manchester United, it being sold to the Saudi Arabian prince.
Okay.
We have the guy is offering 6 billion. Not come and take yearly. He's offering 6 billion now to buy Man U outrightly. He's also offering £2 billion for renovation and everything they want to do.
Big.
I'm coming.
Okay.
And the guy also has $1 billion planned out map for signing of players.
And I will just answer with just a statement. Big investment at times doesn't yield big profits.
Investment that
There's
doesn't
big.
yield profit.
No.
PSG is yielding. Man City is yielding.
Yielding are like how? The Farmers League. The Farmers League.
PSG is the Farmers League.
You and I know for sure that
Man
is
City
not.
Is in the Farmers League.
That is what is happening right now.
Pep has spent close to £1 billion.
That is what Chelsea has spent close to how much?
They've not gotten half of what Man City is doing. There is
It's a process. It's a process. It's not just in one
Arsenal match the bidding walls.
The thing is,
Arsenal. Okay, let me.
No. Let me make you understand something. From the kind of buys,
Arsenal wants to sign the guys.
Excuse me. From the kind of buys Arsenal did during the January and summer transfer, you understand that the coach knows who.
That is what I'm saying.
Why he wants what
this Arsenal team has a winning mentality. Who? These guys are average players. Is he a Jorginho that was told to go from Chelsea because
he wasn't? No.
He's surplus to requirements.
Because of what?
He's surplus to requirement. He can't bench anybody in that team.
He can. That is what. Like I don't understand.
The winning mentality. Who in that Arsenal team has won a medal?
Thomas Partey has won a medal.
Which medal?
Europa League medal.
Exactly. And where again?
Jorginho has won a medal.
Jorginho was bought in the window of the transfer.
But is he not an Arsenal player? Is he an Arsenal player or not?
There? Who?
Gabriel Jesus.
At where?
Manchester City.
Thank you. Who has won a medal with Arsenal?
With Arsenal?
Yes.
Okay. Bukayo Saka.
FA
Cup.
Stop, now man, no planking.
Now part of it be that now.
I'm talking about
See,
medal.
they say a journey of 1,000 mile doesn't begin with like
Now when you no get
with
transport,
10,000. No.
Now when you no get
A journey of
transport,
10,000 mile now with a step in the start.
stranded.
Now lie.
Listen,
Now
a
lie.
journey of 1,000 miles is not for
Call
somebody going to Lagos.
those big names. Make I hear you again.
Oga,
Call me those big names
A
again.
journey of 1,000 miles does
Excuse
not
me
begin
now.
for someone going to Lagos.
Excuse me. Call those big names again.
Listen, let me
Lionel
tell you
Messi began
something.
somewhere.
Let me tell you
All these
something.
names you are called, all these big names, these
There's a
so-called big
reason
names, they
why
started from somewhere.
players.
Bukayo Saka is one hell of a player that tomorrow we'll talk about.
I'm